Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video. This is Jimson from Informatica Support. Today we are going to see how to create a vertical macro expression in CDI. Agenda, expression macro, vertical macro expression, and demo and a short summary. Expression macro. What is expression macro? Sometimes we need to do a complex and repetitive expression in our mapping. In such scenarios, expression macro will become to handy. For example, a regular expression will take one particular column name, process it, and give us an output. So in this particular scenario, when an input field is coming from a source, it will process multiple fields based on the logic of a particular output field in the expression, and this particular output field will give us a output based on the logic which is configured, and based on the type of the macro expression the particular output vary. The macro expression can be used in expression transformation and aggregator transformation. You cannot combine both the expression macro and an in-out parameter in expression transformation. There are vertical, horizontal, and hybrid macro transformation. Today we are going to see what is vertical expression macro. A vertical macro which expands the particular expression vertically. It will create a set of expression which is similar, which will perform the same calculation on the multiple configured input fields. The macro input in a vertical macro represents the input fields. Output expression represents the calculation going to be performed on the incoming fields. And the macro output will give us the output fields or the results based on the configured logic or the calculation. So to write the result of macro to target, link the output fields to the target fields in the target transformation. So in this point we need to know how to map the particular target fields. So it is recommended to parameterize the target transformation to do that. So without wasting any time, let us get it. For this particular scenario, I have took a source which have two columns, column fields, column 1 and column 2, and in the expression I have create a macro input. You can create a macro input by going into new fields, input macro. You need to give a name which is not already exist in the macro field, which can be anything, and click OK. Why we are creating input field? You are going to give that in an output field, output macro field, to perform the same calculation on multiple fields. So once you configure that, you can create this particular input macro field on it, and you can give any particular fields based on your use case. So in this scenario I have already configured both the macro input and output, so I am removing this. So when we are using a macro expression in the expression transformation, it's recommended to parameterize the target. So here I have taken a simple flat file as a target and have parameterized the target type. The target field won't be there because I have parameterized it. So why I'm parameterizing it? In the incoming field you can able to see this particular output field from the expression. So with that we can't able to map in the field mapping. So I have parameterized the target. So once you parameterized it, you should create a mapping task. On the newly created mapping. Okay, so I have already created the mapping task to save this time. Edit it, go to the target which is parameterized. So based on use case, you can also parameterize the particular source, and you can do the input parameterization mapping in the mapping task configuration. So this is our column 1 and column 2, and column out and column is a expected output. Since I have already ran this particular mapping task, it's giving me the output. So let's move to the input parameter. So while we are configuring the mapping, we can't able to see the particular fields there, which is like something like J and 11. In center it shows the particular output name, output macro field name. Now we can able to see the input field name between that. So basically what is configured in the input field will be placed in between this particular configuration. So once you have done that, you just map the fields here as per your requirement. Finish. So as I said, let us revisit the particular mapping here. So you can able to see the double is inside it, and based on the incoming field here, first the incoming field is column 1 and second the column 2. Based on that, here the particular input field have been changed in the mapping. Yeah, so that's all. So I have ran this mapping. Let me show the output. So you can able to see the column 1 and column 2, which is changed the data based on one particular logic, which is trimming the particular double quotes, which is got trimmed, and it was processed as good without the double quotes. So in this way, the different use case can be achieved through the macro. Summary: you can, if you have any doubts or you need more information on the particular topic, you can refer the documentation on the vertical macros. Thanks for your time on watching this video. It would be appreciated if you have any feedbacks, and the feedbacks are welcome with the particular support video at informatica.com, and you can also share your thoughts in our Twitter page, Infa Support. Thank you.